Sir, the men are in position to defend, but I'm not sure if we really want to do this. I mean, this repair base is worth basically nothing to the Republic. Is it really worth losing our men's lives to save it? Soldier, I refuse to let this place go. We stand tall here. We fight for as long as we possibly can. But why, sir? There's no point. We're just gonna die. Well, I kind of want to get a promotion, but we stand tall here and we hold for the Republic. Ah, I see. So, guess there's no talking you out of this? Nope. In fact, let's actually get some reinforcements in here. Let's sound out a call for help and get some other troopers involved. So this is what they mean by failing upwards. All right, sir. I guess we're doing this. Yo, what's going on, boys? It's me, Daily Tactics here, back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, baby. And today, we have ourselves a cheeky, breaky little defense here from the clone troopers. This little repair station is well defended, like way more well defended than it really has any business being. The 212 has pulled out all of the stops to hold the droids back. They've even called upon the 41st Elite Corps to come on in and help them out as well. And who are they defending against? Well, a whole buttload of Mandalorians are waltzing their way forward, trying to take over this little repair base. Basically, they just want, some more territory on this planet, and they're willing to rip it from the hands of the clone troopers defending. But the clone troopers are going to stand defiant against these Mandalorians and say, no, we shall defend. You shall not take this place. So guys, without further ado, we'll get this thing going. Be sure to hit the like button if you did enjoy it. Let's try and get 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 250K by the end of the year. And comment down below what kind of battles you'd like to see next. I asked you guys what legion you wanted to see in today's video, and the two biggest answers were the 41st Elite Corps as well as the 212. So comment down below what legions you want to see in the next Men of War video. And also, finally, I'd like to thank my Patreons for supporting the channel. In particular, thank you to Rexy Woe for today's video. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get it going. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, boys, let's go ahead and press start right here. So the Republic has a mortar, a heavy turret, and two smaller E-web turrets at the front of the base. They've got troopers all up in the outside defenses here. They've got the 41st Elite Corps coming through the woods to come and help them, and then they've got troopers in the back. They've also got two of these sky turrets here. These TX-130Ts, obviously this is a repair station, so they're not functioning, but they look cool. As for the Mandalorians, these boys have some of the most powerful weapons in Star Wars. So they are outnumbered by the clone troopers. Both sides have the exact same amount of health. However, the Mandalorian weapons have been known in this video game to be extremely powerful. So that is something that the clone troopers are going to have to watch out for. Also, I never noticed this before, but there are new Mandalorian skins, and they look so much nicer than the old versions. Straight up, the officers look beautiful in this new Star Wars Galaxy at War update. Obviously, this update's a few months old, but I never looked at the Mandalorians for it before. Additionally, the armor is much more HD. They look so much better than they did previously, I have to say. I especially like these officers, dude. Look how sick they look. Oh, wonderful. I do think the pauldron needs to be like a slightly different color, but that's okay. Either way, both sides walking on forward right now. I think we can bump up the speed a little bit here. The reinforcements might actually make it into the fortress here before the fight begins with the Mandalorians. Maybe not, though, because the first shots are being fired now by both sides. The Mandalorians coming under some seriously intense fire from the Republic troopers who are stuck in the front lines, dropping to the ground. One thing that the Mandalorians are lacking right now is cover. Some of the dudes in the forest area do have some good cover that they can utilize, but these guys out here are just going to be getting ripped to shreds by incoming clone trooper fire, which is good for the clones because these weapons are, you know, they need something to nerf them, and maybe that will help out. Meanwhile, the clone troopers are able to get a lot of shots off. Some troopers are being suppressed, of course. However, there's so many clone troopers over here with the addition of the 41st Elite Corps that there's always someone firing. You know what I'm saying? So even if a few troopers are getting suppressed, there are plenty more others able to fire and able to get some shots off while others aren't able to. So I would definitely argue that this is an okay thing. Not to mention these guys in the back aren't really taking much suppression fire, so they're able to fire even if the guys up front aren't able to fire. The clone troopers do begin to lose a few soldiers here. I'm seeing a lieutenant down. I'm seeing some standard privates going down as well. DC-15A troopers going down. So they are taking losses. Nothing too dramatic. A couple of 41st Elite Corps troopers over here dying. Some of the first 41st Elite Corps weren't really able to get to cover either, so they ended up dying as well. But the clones overall seem to be doing pretty darn well for the start of the battle. We've also got the mortar firing out, and you can see some of these explosions hitting in large packs of the Mandalorian troopers and taking out wide swaths of them. So far, the clone troopers are doing an absolutely phenomenal job of killing a whole lot of these Mandalorians and are making some progress in defending this fortification here. So things aren't looking too bad for the clone troopers. Meanwhile, for the Mandalorians, I would definitely say things are pretty bad. That all being said, the clone troopers have taken some pretty extreme losses at this point. They still have enough troopers to completely outnumber the Mandalorians, so I don't think that's too bad. But you can see these mega powerful Mandalorian weapons completely in action here. These things will tear clone trooper armor to pieces. They are rapid firing, they are heavy hitters, and they will shred some clone trooper booty. Let's just get that straight here. These clone troopers are not safe. You can run, you can hide, but you're gonna get shredded in the booty by some Mandalorian fire. That's for sure here. But then again, the Mandalorians do have to deal with some pretty powerful clone trooper weapons as well. The E-Web turrets in particular are pretty spicy, baby. These things can definitely do some good kills. Additionally, this weapon here, I don't know exactly what it's called. If you guys know the name for it, please let me know in the comment section below. But this thing can do some serious shredding too. And of course, the mortar is by far the most powerful weapon that the clone troopers have at their disposal. This thing will absolutely decimate Mandalorians. It doesn't seem to be firing too much because I think the limit of its shots are like right here, and all the Mandalorians are past that point, so it's not able to get too much fire out right now, but it will be launching more fire as the Mandalorians come closer. All right, let's go into normal speed now. I think that's enough slow-mo right there, and you know, most of the Mandalorian slash clone troopers have died at this juncture in the battle, so it won't be too laggy. We're getting a solid 14 FPS, which is not bad for this battle simulator, so I will take it. We take these, boys. We take these. And already you can see the battle is dropping clone troopers far faster. The Mandalorian weapons, you know, in full speed here are just truly, truly devastating. You can really see the impact of them here. And the clone trooper 41st Elite Corps reinforcements are getting slaughtered at the moment anytime they're peeking out from behind their cover. Really, the big thing that's keeping the clone front lines together right now is, of course, the troopers defending the front entrance here with their heavier weapons. These guys are keeping the Republic all good in the hood, all gravy, baby. That's what you like to see. Mandalorians are creeping their way closer and closer, getting more shots off as they go. And of course, the closer they are, the more effective their weapons are, so they want to get as close as possible. It seems like right now on the flanks, they're not really doing much. Most of the troopers in the middle are carrying the rest of the Mandos on their backs. Oh, no, the right flank's actually doing pretty well. We can see them cutting into some of these 41st Elite Corps troopers over here. These guys taking a beating from this little side swipe we got going on, but they still got plenty of troopers, and when the Mandalorians get closer and in their fire range, they'll be able to take them out. Not to mention, they've taken out a number of Mandalorians already, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, we do see the mortar is firing away once again. I'd like to see it take some shots, actually. I think that would be neat to see. There we go. There's one shot getting lobbed out there. Through the fog of war, we can't really see them land because it's such a far distance, but we can move out, and... dude, did it land? Oh, there it is! That actually got a number of kills. Not bad from that little Republic mortar right there. The little mortar that could. Alright, the left flank is actually finally getting involved in the battle right now, and they are firing out a butt ton. Look at these guys go! Getting tons of shots out on these clone troopers. Most of the exterior clone troopers are dead now. Some of the troopers on the rampart are still alive. They're taking quite a bit of fire though, so they are for the most part suppressed. The troopers down below the rampart are not getting as badly suppressed, so that is very good to see, and they're still managing to get a lot of fire out. But the troopers outside are not having a good time. They are getting squashed. The Mandalorians continuing to make progress forward here. This is not a warrior class that will give up easily. These guys will fight to the death, you know, giving their all, their entire time. Morals, you know, out the window. They will kill by any means necessary. And morale-wise, these dudes will not rout. I mean, they've got too much self-pride to do that. They will continue pushing no matter how bad morale gets on the battlefield. And here we go. They are getting extraordinarily close at this point. And on the left flank, the flank that really didn't see too much action, there's a ton of Mandalorians in reserve right now. So the middle is shambles for the Mandalorians. The right is pretty bad, but the left could very well tie this thing together for them, and they could end up getting the dubski just by the sheer number of troopers over there. Of course, the Republic still has all their heavy weapons left alive, so these guys can continue to fire out. If this mortar does manage to get some more good shots on these Mandalorians, then we could see them maybe making a comeback. The mortar's not really firing right now. Makes me wonder, is it out of ammo or is the crew choking? It is not out of ammo. The crew could be choking. Itself has 34 kills. That is not bad. Massive rocket shot from the Mandalorians right there. Wipes out 3 of the heavy guns for the clone troopers right there. Only an E-Web turret remains, and it does end up going down. Holy cow. Things are happening really fast right now. We need to slow it down just a smidge. Mandalorians rounding the corner and getting some clone trooper kills here on the troops that are still hiding out. The exterior defenses for the clone troopers are down for the count. All we've got left are interior clone troopers. There are still a lot of them, so I feel like they could still make a difference. And the last of the 41st Elite Corps over here is slowly getting hunted down by the Mandalorians in the Felucia Woods here. Things are not looking too good. There's a few 212th troopers outside as well, still alive, and they're trying their best to alleviate some of this pressure that the Mandalorians are putting on them, but we'll see if they actually manage to live for very much longer. Hopefully they can get a kill or two on these Mandalorians to make the interior's job just a little bit easier. There you go. That was a nice little grenade right there. Ended up getting the kill on that guy. Sometimes you got to go overkill to guarantee the kill, and I think right now guaranteeing the kills is important. Big grenades right there from the Mandalorians as retaliation. More coming through. This is not great for these clone troopers. They are getting bombed out of their positions. That's the end of the exterior fighters for the clone troopers, and now the interior needs to fight. There are still some troopers up on the ramparts that might manage to get some more kills. That's a cheeky little grenade right there. Oh, really good grenade, actually. Got some nice KOs right there. And of course, we've got the interior clone troopers rattling off fire right now. This could either go really poorly or really well for the clones. If the choke points manage to hold, and you guys know how we feel about choke points on this channel, but if the choke points do manage to hold off the Mandalorians, then we will be seeing some major Republic kills here and Republic victories. But if the choke points falter and the Mandalorians manage to shove their way through with ease, then we could see the Republic go down super fast here. So only time will tell how these choke points manage to hold out. Right now, the Mandalorians doing a good job of sort of doing cover fire before they do a full full-on entrance, and it's resulting in a lot of these clone troopers going down right off the bat here. The clones doing their best to get as much fire out as they possibly can. They are getting Mandalorian kills, but the Mandalorians are now doing a bit of a flood inwards right now. Republic still managing to hang in there, but the Mandalorians are taking ground. A couple of cheeky little grenades there from the clone troopers. Not bad. I like to see it. Some more of those would definitely help out the cause. Right now, we've got clone troopers using the TX-130Ts as cover, which is not a bad idea. Those things are, of course, tanks. You know, even though they need to be repaired, they can still work as armor. Mandalorians really trying their best to take the ramparts right now and fire down at the clone troopers below. I think this is a brilliant idea, a really, really good way to avoid the choke point right here. Obviously, getting up there is going to cost a lot of Mandalorian lives, but if they can start getting fire off down on the troopers below, which they're starting to do, then the Mandalorians have a real shot of breaking up the choke points and causing a second, you know, sort of front here through the upper level. You know, another dimension of a front, if you will. Either way, the clones seem to have the situation under control for the time being. They've alleviated a lot of the pressure by wiping out some key Mandalorian figures. However, the Mandalorians are not going to let up at all. They are continuing to pressure the clone troopers as they burst their way in here. More clone troopers are dying, but they've still got enough soldiers, I think, to make this thing happen and to outlast the Mandalorians here. They've got some good weapons at their disposal as well. DC-21s, Westars, some DC-19s, of course DC-15As and Cs. They definitely do have weapons of their own that are very powerful. Despite the Mandalorians having the superior weapons, it doesn't mean that the clone trooper weapons aren't going to get some kills. So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Mandalorians dropping, but the Mandalorians still have a solid cause behind them, and they could still win this thing. There are more troopers around the flanks for the Mandalorians, which is interesting. There's also a clone trooper left alive out on the outside. That 141st Elite Corps trooper, I guess, hid in the bushes. He could redeem his cowardice by coming forward and maybe helping the clone troopers a little bit, but we'll see if he actually ends up doing that or if he's just gonna chill in the woods. Either way, the clone defenders here do get a little bit of respite from the firing. You know, the front does go quiet for just a smidge there. First time in the entire battle, but now they're starting to burst out some fire once again at the oncoming attackers. So that little respite was not very long-lived, if we're being honest. The 212th doing a pretty nice job here. One 212th trooper who was hiding right there does end up getting gunned down by a Mando. More Mandos actually pushing their way forward right now, managing to get into the crevices of these choke points and get some fire off. You know, they're still pushing, they're still working on it. They're also sending troopers up on the ramparts still, despite many more troopers dying on the ramparts earlier. They're still committed to trying to make that work and make that happen. Also, it seems to be a heavy emphasis on the left side over here. Tons of Mandalorians have gone down fighting over this way, but still more tend to move this way, so maybe they see some sort of a weak point in the defenses, the AI does, or something like that, or they feel like the right side is just going to be the more challenging side to take. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, they are doing a pretty nice job of whittling down the clone trooper defenders. These clone trooper defenders are starting to take more and more losses, which, you know, the more they lose, the less likely they're going to be able to hold in the long run, because they'll have less fire coming out. So really, the clones need to stop losing troopers altogether right now, because they just don't have that many folks left. It's not gonna work out if they keep losing troopers. I feel like that's a pretty obvious thing to say, but you know what? We're gonna say it anyway. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna point out the obvious and, you know, make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. All right, more fire coming out. Clones really pinning down a lot of these Mandos, trying to strangle them to death through just constant fire. If a grenade did manage to ignite one of these TX-130Ts, I think we could see some big kills on the Mandos here, but I don't know if it's possible. It might take a rocket launcher to actually be able to do that, not just a thermal detonator, so it might not happen, but that would be, I think, the best case scenario is they ignite one of these TX-130Ts, it gets sort of a chain reaction going across the line of them and blows up the entire Mandalorian army. It would be sick to see, but I think the clones don't have the right arsenal to actually make that happen right now. Alright, All quiet on the front at this very moment. The Mandalorians, you know, sort of taking pause. There is really just a very small holdout of clone troopers left alive. These guys have done a tremendous job holding off the entire Mandalorian army. There's maybe 30 Mandalorians left, so the clones are outnumbered by them. I'd say there's maybe 10 clone troopers left, so they are now outnumbered by a lot. And ooh, this guy's got a nice little flank with his DC-19 right there. Actually, that might not be what that was. I'm not sure. Oh, grenades coming in. The clones trying to clap back with grenades of their own, but they did lose some troopers to the Mandalorian grenades. Mandalorians lose a few troopers, but obviously the clone troopers are a lot more powerful right now. They are slowly starting to lose their grip on this defense. I thought maybe the clone troopers could win this thing, but I think the Mandalorians are going to end up taking the cake here in the end. This might be one of the most well-balanced defenses we've seen in a long time. And I like how the Mandalorians just brushed past, you know, the early interior defenses, but now the back interior defenses are giving the Mandalorians just a ton of trouble, which is beautiful. So even if the clone troopers do end up losing this thing, they've only got 4 troopers left, so I imagine they will. They've killed so many Mandalorian soldiers that I'd say this was definitely worth it. 2 212th troopers remain. They are still managing to get Mandalorian kills here. Look at that. I mean, it comes down to the last 2 troopers, but they're not giving up. Even if the Republic does falter, which I'm certain it will at this point, they're gonna fight to the bitter end. There is maybe 15 Mandalorians left alive right now, and they are getting held back by these clones. One clone choosing to heal, the other reloads, and the firing starts once again. They are probably going to get pinned down here at this point. I have a feeling there's not that much they can do to avoid suppression right now, and yet they still are. Well, one of them's avoiding suppression. The other one is really not helping his buddy out. He goes for the grenade on the right side. Not bad. This guy's a champ. This guy's really kind of cowardly. This guy's got 10 kills. This guy's got 6. So actually, both of them kind of champs. That's pretty good. Oh, my goodness. I am naming this guy Puck and this guy Flop. Those are my 2 names for these guys. Let's see how they end up holding out. Puck is the alpha. Flop is the backup. Flop is moral support. Puck is the hardened veteran. Although Flop has gotten a few kills himself, so it's impressive. Taking a sip of my spicy seltzer water. Spicy water. Delicious. All right. This is tense. It's like a Mexican standoff going on right now, except not really at all. Just a standoff. Oh, God, they're getting close. They're getting close. Flop, help Puck. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Puck's doing it all by himself. Flop, help Puck. Help him. How many kills does... Oh, Puck has 14 kills. Flop's still stuck at 6. Actually, maybe if Flop stands up, I think he gets beamed by that guy. Uh-oh, accidentally unplugged my headphones for a second there. Oh, Lord. Now both of them are suppressed. That's not a good thing. Oh, jeez. Oh, boys. This could be it. Oh, no. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, my God. The Mandalorians managed to seize the day, but oh, my God, the clone troopers did one heck of a defense there. Mandalorians have, what? 10 troopers left? 11 troopers is actually what they have. That's so bad. They lost so many troopers. Yellow are the dead Mandalorians. Red are dead clone troopers. Clone troopers fought till the bitter end. They took a lot of losses, but man, they took out a lot of Mandalorians. Not a bad victory for, or not a bad defeat for the clone troopers. A very, very Pyrrhic victory for the Mandalorians. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. Be sure to comment down below what you'd like to see next. Subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the like button if you did enjoy. Hitting the like button just helps me out tremendously, so I appreciate it if you do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna peace out for this video, but I will see you all in the next one. Again, thank you to my patrons. You guys are keeping this channel alive. All right, thank you guys. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.